Howdy, everybody. G Money back, bringing you back to the Storytime Library. It's all right here in my head. I reckon this was approximately 1999, 2000 ish. Um, I moved into my father's house. He passed away August 30th, 1998. So I eventually moved into his house for a little while. And I had purchased a real nice uh, big Chevy full size Blazer. Um, I thought I had talked about this previously, but if I did, it was might have been in a live a long time ago when I didn't have that many followers. So I'm going to share it today with you guys. Uh, Sometimes when I do mechanical projects, I get in a little bit over my head, and over the years, I guess you call that wisdom, whatever. You learn, your capabilities. But um, this one project I was going to work on, I thought was going to be pretty easy. But sometimes I'm not too bright. So I'm trying to save a nickel and everything. So I remember during high school, I had shop class and everything, and we had changed a couple universal joints in vehicles before. I'm like, oh, that's easy, piece of cake. I can do that. So for some reason, I determined that my this Chevy Blazer needed universal joints, and they look like a little cross, a little thing like that, basically. Other than when you have a straight finger, you could probably do it better. Here, let me do it like that. So anyway, so I decided this Sunday morning I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna replace that, do that, and uh, this one almost killed me. This stupid mistake. I don't know what I was thinking. But I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Sometimes we all do stupid things in our lifetime, and I've probably done a little bit more than most. But I'm not going to sugarcoat what happened. I'm just going to tell you the truth. Maybe it can prevent somebody from getting injured in the future. Uh, this full size Chevy Blazer I had sat up pretty high. I don't remember the exact height, but it sat higher than a normal vehicle. It had bigger tires on it, so I really liked that vehicle, and real comfortable, real smooth riding. And so I decided on Sunday morning. My dad's driveway had a slight grade, so I had nosed in the driveway. I mean, it was just a very slight grade, but it was, it was definitely had a little bit of a slope to it. So I opened up the back gate, put my toolbox on there. I'm getting my tools, and uh, I had the vehicle in park. I don't know why I did this, but I didn't use the emergency brake. I didn't chalk the tires. For some reason, I I didn't really give it that much thought. I didn't realize the drivetrain was connected to the park, whatever. Now I know. But so I get under there. I'm trying to tap out the universal joints, and I'm having a little bit of a harder time than I was expecting, and probably because of all that tension. I tapped that. I tapped that. I'll never forget. I was on my back. I tapped that front universal joint, and the vehicle starts drifting back. I literally just rolled to it would be to my left to get out because I realized, oh man, I just made a major mistake. So as I roll roll to the left real quick, the 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 front tire and everything literally grazed the back of my head, the back of my back, and I was able to keep. Fortunately, I didn't get pinched, or I literally could have had my cranium just like crushed. Fortunately, at that time, I was agile enough to get the hell out of there because I realized at that one tap of the hammer that I made a major mistake. But at this point now, I'm just trying to survive, trying to survive this mistake. So my dad's driveway is like this. The neighbor's driveway is like this. Thank God it was a Sunday morning. Usually there's a lot of kids out playing on that street. And the vehicle's starting to roll down directly across from the neighbor's driveway. He had a little Buick parked in the driveway, and I'm literally, I catch up to the back of the vehicle, and the tailgate's down. I'm trying to slow this vehicle down, like literally with my body, and I didn't want my vehicle to, ram the neighbor's vehicle in his own driveway. So I was able to finally get it stopped, like literally just probably 30 inches away from his vehicle, where I was, eventually I would have, dropped and rolled or got out of there so I wouldn't crush myself. But I did stop that second part of the catastrophe. And then now the vehicle drifts into the middle of the road. It was like a little circle. The street, fortunately it wasn't real busy, but finally I got one of the neighbors to help me push it into the driveway and, put the emergency brake on, and then I was able to resume, the operation. But I almost killed myself trying to be frugal Fred, tried to save a nickel and turned out wrong. So I should have chalked the wheels, should have had the emergency brake on. Just I just wasn't thinking. I'm not going to lie to you. So anyway, if you have the funds, it's best to go to a mechanic to prevent stupidity, like what I did in that case. Anyway, you live and learn. Well, I could have lived and died, I could have learned and died. Fortunately, in this case, I lived and learned. So anyway, those are poetic words coming out of G Money's mouth. Just hire a mechanic.